So when you're trying to figure out who to speak with, I think there is that natural fear to be, you're naturally very scared of, should I share this idea? Am I giving away free information that somebody is going to take and run with because they're better funded, because they know the industry better than I do? And so when Amalia and I were deciding who to speak with, obviously we wanted people who knew lingerie. So for the most part, that was people in the lingerie business. But we were just very cognizant, and we went in with the idea that anything we say is probably going to get back to a competitor. So oftentimes we wouldn't ask them to sign an NDA, but we would auto-censor until we had a better feeling for the person, until we had a better feeling for our personal relationship, and until we knew what that relationship was going to become down the line. So it's really a matter of going in on a very high level and just saying, I really admire what you've done in this industry. I would really love to learn more about your experience. I'm thinking of doing something similar, something related to bras, and just picking and choosing what value propositions that you share. And one of ours is around brand and the personality of our brand. And so we've just had to remember that at the end of the day, even if Victoria's Secret tomorrow decided that they wanted to take some inspiration from what we do, they're not going to be us, and they're not going to bring the same personality to the business. And it's exactly as you were saying, it's all about execution. It's not necessarily about the idea, but it's what you bring to life and what you bring as an entrepreneur. That said, there are certain people that we would avoid because we feel they're too close for comfort, they're too involved in our competition. So we tried to locate people who were of the industry, but not necessarily directly in it. So one of our best advisors worked for 7 years at a really prominent French lingerie company. All of her friends are directors of design and production managers at some of these really well-known companies, but she's no longer working in lingerie herself. So she has all the knowledge, she's able to advise us, but she's able to advise us in a really pure, honest way. And so sometimes that's the best way to look, is look at who was in that industry for a long time and got out of it at some point in time. Maybe they're retired, maybe they've moved on, and often those are your best champions because they're passionate about it, but they got so jaded, they got too tired to do something themselves, but they're often inspired by somebody young and somewhat naive, who's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, coming in to change the industry because it gives them hope again, and oftentimes they'll be your best champions, even if they know it's past their time to do something. So that's what we've been doing.